Hello, my name is Unon Blast, though not for long. I'm actually going to be rebranding my channel, and actually at the point that this video is coming out, you'll probably have already seen a video about this. But I'm going to be rebranding the channel, blah blah blah, that's for a different video. What this video is about is my most recent stupid idea. Well, I say idea. So, about a couple months ago, well, actually, you know what, let's go back to the beginning. Back in March of 2020, I work for U-Haul. For those who don't watch my channel enough to know, I don't talk about it a lot, but I work for U-Haul now. I've been working for U-Haul for, be going on 2 years next February. Anyway, so back in March, I had done a run driving a truck that needed repair down to the shop, and they didn't have any trucks that needed to go back to where I worked. So what they did was they told me to grab one of their for sale trucks, which is just an old U-Haul truck that they take all the stickers that say U-Haul on them and everything off, and with the 26-footers they take the boxes off and then they sell them. And I drove this truck back. It was a 26-foot chassis. And on the way back I decided there was something that felt different about this particular truck. I've driven a whole bunch of for sale trucks. There was one 2-week period that my entire job I was just running for sale trucks back and forth, bringing them up to have the boxes taken off, and then bringing them back down to have all the paintwork taken off. And this one just felt a little different. Well, for the next 6 months or so, I drove that truck every single day that I worked. I used it for moving trailers around. I'd take it and go get dinner when I ate out during work hours. And I started using it for running U-Haul deliveries. U-Haul has a service similar to Pods. If you've ever heard of Pods, it's called U-Box. And I was actually supposed to be driving the U-Box truck, but U-Haul never trained me. So, and then our other truck driver got hurt. So while she was out, I was running U-Boxes on custom-made trailers specifically made for pulling the boxes using this 26-foot cabin chassis I'd brought up from the shop. Well, about a month and a half ago now, I went from... So originally when I started working for U-Haul, I was transfer driving. I was just driving broken trucks to the shop and fixed trucks back to where they belonged. And then the marketing company president where the shop is decided they had too many transfer drivers, and I got transferred to a store where I worked as a customer service representative. Well, about a month and a half ago, they're in need of transfer drivers now, funny enough. And my name apparently particularly came up. So I was told if I wanted my job back, I could put in an application, and I went back to transfer driving. But at this point, I'd become so attached to this truck that I decided to go ahead and buy her. That's her there. Her name is Sasha. She's a 2005 GMC C5500 Top Kick. Got an 8.1 liter Vortec V8 gas. And yeah, you know, she's out over here messing with a thorn bush. She's big, she's bad, she turns heads. And she's mine. I bought her outright for $3,400, even. I was gonna make a video the day I bought the truck, and I was gonna record some of me driving her, bringing her home. But I've just been so out of making videos lately. I mean, it's been almost a year. Until recently, it's been almost a year since I uploaded a video. And don't mind the smoke, she's just a little cold. This is the first time I've started her in like 2 weeks. $154,000 miles. She was at 151.1 when I brought her up from the shop. I put nearly 4,000 miles on her between when I first drove her and when I bought her. But like I said, I haven't started her in a while. I'll be uploading a video in the future. You see I have my phone stand up there. I'll be uploading a video in the future driving her. But right now you can see we've been getting a lot of rain around here. And my dad is not very happy with how she's tearing up the yard. I got these boards to try to solve the problem, because these wheels were just sitting in water. I couldn't even move her. She was just stuck. So I brought these boards home and used them to get her out, and then parked her on them. But the ground is so soft, I'm just walking with my feet. I'm sinking into the ground over here. Every time I move her, it puts a new rut in the yard, and my dad said I can't move her until the ground dries up. And he's being so kind as to let me live in his house and park my big ass truck on his property, so I can't really argue with him about it. But yeah, I've been wanting to make this video. Sasha's my first truck, and she is technically, because she's a 5500, she is a commercial vehicle. She doesn't require a commercial license, but I had to insure her with a commercial insurance policy. And I'm probably going to have to register as a commercial vehicle when I can finally get to the DMV. I have an appointment for January, but, you know, that hasn't come yet. See, she loves to talk. Sometimes you'll get little splitters. I'm trying to... There's some. Let's see. She's about due for an oil change. I think she started burning a little bit of oil. So can I get this to sit in there where you can see something? Let's do it like that, see if that stays there. Get your gut up and close and personal to the sound. And I'm not tearing up the engine, by the way, before I get any comments about it. I let her run for a good 10 minutes before I started the camera. So I don't want to hear it. Guess I can give you a quick look at the engine, for anyone who's interested in this sort of thing. So, my plans for this truck... First things first, I gotta cut that frame. I'm not using her to haul anything. That might happen in the not so near future, but for right now, I bought her just because I want to drive her around. There we go. Hood hasn't been open in a little while either. There you go, that's your 8.1 liter GM Vortec V8. So what I want to do, I want to cut the frame. I'm going to get a sleeper. I don't know yet if I'm going to look into possibly having one custom made, because there are companies that used to do it. Or what I'm probably going to do is go to a junkyard and get just a little single sleeper, a coffin as Bronco would call it. Put it right here on the back of the cab. My dad and I did some measuring. We figured that should come out to about here at the most. Maybe even not as far, but about there. Then I'm gonna get an 8-foot pickup bed, a lot like the one on his truck, and put that there. And that should put the back of the truck probably right about where this mud flap hanger is. And then cut the frame to match it. And the truck will probably, well, hopefully lose a good 14 feet or so. And I'll be able to actually drive her around and, you know, go places without having to make sure they have RV parking, basically. So I'm gonna do that, and then way down the line, so that's hopefully gonna be happening within the next 2 years or so. Way down the line, once Bronco and I have our shop that we're running trucks out of and working on trucks and all that, we're gonna pull this engine out, and we're gonna try to, well, I'm hoping we're gonna try to drop a Cummins in there, a big, you know, like an X15 style Cummins, not a little pickup Cummins. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to raise the cab up off the frame a little bit so it can sit under the cab partially, and I might even have to get a different hood made. I'm gonna put a 7500 hood on, which had a taller, it had a taller grill, so it would have more room for a bigger radiator. But I don't know if that'll be long enough to fit the block of an X15 Cummins. So we'll have to look into that more when the time comes, but that's gonna be way down the line. So yeah, that's Sasha's my first truck that I bought, and she's also the first vehicle that I bought completely on my own. My parents actually bought my other car for me for my 18th birthday. If you haven't seen it before, she's sitting over there in the corner. It's Amelia, 2003 Impala. I got her for my 18th birthday, and yeah, I mean, she's in my name, but I didn't pay for her, so. All right, Sasha. Say goodbye to the people. Let's see. Does that count as a goodbye? I love this truck. You guys have no idea. Alright, that's about it. If you liked the video, let me know. You know, thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of content. Subscribe if you want to see more gaming content. I'm going to be trying to do more real life stuff. Hopefully within the next 6 or 7 months, I'll be driving over the road. And I'll definitely be trying to record some then. So, but for now, thank you for watching. And keep that hammer down, drivers.